We are in the great state of Nevada currently. We just got back from 2 days of adventuring in Tahoe, and I was just gonna give you a little run through. So day one, we went to Zion Park and we got onto the shuttle. We were taking these shuttles. It literally felt like Jurassic World or just like any of those Jurassic Park movies. As we're driving, just moving nice and slowly, the trees will just occasionally open up to these huge mountain ranges, and just we're inside of this cavern. And it just reminded me of like what I used to watch Jurassic World, and it was just one of the coolest and so real feelings of just being in a park where you are so small and things are just towering over you. After just taking in our surroundings, which was gorgeous, this hike, only being like 1 or 2 miles, took us hours to complete. So we started, we were walking down, we'd stop and take photos of just what we were looking at. We would just stop and just be present in the moment. We would play in the water. Halfway through the hike, I found these rocks that were well bigger than me, or these rocks that were way bigger than me, and I got to just crawl over them, climb onto them until I met the water. This place makes me feel like I'm in Jurassic World. It's actually insane. It's so cool though. Ooh, I'm tired. Check out this. Absolutely gorgeous. However, we still got more climbing to do. We haven't done much today at Zion. Okay, this has got to be one of the coolest hikes I've ever been on. The sound of the water, the nature, this itty bitty trail going over the ledges, just everything about this is just incredible. How scary? It's a little scary. As we made our way through this trail, from seeing water, greenery, birds, squirrels, just everything you could imagine that would make it a perfect hike, we had to stop. We made it to the very end, we stopped, turned around, and immediately rushed back. Because of taking so many photos, being in the moment, and just goofing off and climbing things and just being wherever we were doing, we had to turn around, rush back because the last shuttle was coming, which was at 8:30, and we had started this well before 8:30. Alright, this has got to be one of the most beautiful just places and parks and hikes ever. It's stunning, it is gorgeous, it is just never ending. Currently we're in like the valley of whatever this place is called. I know it's called Zion Park, but whatever this park name or this hike name is called, but we're currently trying to catch a bus. This is the end of the hike. It was gorgeous, it's wonderful. The rock is burnt orange and brown and just covered in moss and greenery. Yet there's wildlife and birds and just running water that's crystal clear, and it's just so gorgeous. It's to the point where when you look up, you just get that like nausea feeling when your depth perception goes off. The same feeling I had towards the Grand Canyon when looking down. And it's just incredible. I definitely prefer being down here at the bottom of the canyon versus the top. I'm not a fan of heights, but it's gorgeous. So we rushed back. Thankfully, we had already taken all those beautiful views that we just were walking past so swiftly and quickly, and we made it to the bus. We made it to the shuttle. It was the last one of the night, 8:30. I think the last one was technically supposed to be at 8. So then from the shuttle, we made our way back to the car, and well, not very many things are open around in the park or outside of the park past this time, which would be 9:30ish. But thankfully we found this Chinese restaurant. It was a very unique Chinese food. Very, very interesting flavors, way too much seasoning, sauce, just in general. But hungry hikers will still devour any food put in front of them. So we put down that food, called it a night, to then wake up to do one of my childhood dreams. Naturally, in my gear on the side of a little mountain, I felt like one of the coolest people in the world. I literally was reliving the YouTube videos I used to watch when I was a kid. I would watch these guys go and explore mountainsides, dirt biking, and find like old cars that were abandoned and explore those. And then they had comm systems and would talk to each other. And it was literally everything we did. We had comm systems, we were exploring. It was just gorgeous and it was so fun. And I just naturally felt like the coolest person. I didn't know how to pose for photos, so I literally went like this because I feel like that's what you gotta do when you feel cool. So, as we concluded the 3 hours, we took the bikes back to the rental place, found our way coming back to the RV, get some lunch, to then going back to Zion National Park, the place where we rode the buses the day before, to rent more bikes. However, these ones weren't like dirt bikes, they were just powered bicycles, which had a lot of torque and you barely even had to pedal, which was really cool. And our goal with that was we were going to take those bikes through the little city into the Zion National Park and do the exact trail that we had done the day before with the buses, but being able to stop occasionally and just explore the scenery. As we were riding these bikes over bridges, trails, little waterways, we came to one of my favorite spots, which was actually the Jurassic World opening that you guys saw earlier of the bus. And this was cool because there was an elk along with turkeys in this little open pasture. And I made my way down. stops, after a couple scenic views, we finally made our way to the end of the canyon where we were originally dropped off at the bus stop the day prior. However, instead of going to the trail that we took the day before, we decided to go and explore the creek and explore these, I guess, rock mountains. They weren't like mountains, they weren't like cliffs, they were just like rock towers. And Jackson and I made our way through the creek, up the little hill, and then got to explore this rock tower and stand on top of it. Point in time, it was around 8:30, and all the restaurants and food in the park closed at 10 or 9:30. And we had about an hour to 2 hour truck back. So we quickly packed all of our stuff up, got on the bikes, turned on the little lights on the bikes, and made our way as quickly as we could to food. Unfortunately, I didn't record any of dinner, but it was great. It was really fun. We got like one of everything on the menu. There was only a couple things listed on the menu, so we each got one thing pretty much and kind of all shared, and it was really cool. However, because my family is my family and we're so unique, we are told to rent the bikes at 7 a.m. and don't go in the day because it's gonna be hot and all that stuff. So what do? We don't rent the bikes in the morning, and we go during the day and get entry, and then there's no one in the park because it's all hot and gross. And then we go to the restaurant an hour and a half before it closes when there's no one in the park because it's pitch black, and we get the whole restaurant to ourselves. It was just a really funny feeling of being like, my family is so unique and we're so against the norm, and we have our own norm that it just works out for us. Anyways, after dinner, we quickly realized that we have to ride all the way back in pitch blackness. So we loaded up the bikes and made sure all the lights were working. Emily's light may not have been working, but thankfully all of ours together made enough view, and we started our truck back. Though it was scary, though it was nerve-wracking not knowing what was around us, what could jump out in front of us, anything like that, we quickly found ourselves pulling off on the side of the road, turning off all the lights, just sitting in pitch blackness and staring up at the stars. Hi. Here, this gives more context. There's a car coming. Oh, there's a cop. Scram! That concluded our trip from making incredible memories, and I can't wait to watch this video with my own kids someday and tell them how cool I was getting to ride that dirt bike, accomplishing my childhood dreams, yet also showing them how crazy my family is about riding bikes alone in the canyon of Zion National Park at almost midnight. Anyways, thank you for watching this chapter of my journal, and I hope to see you for the next one. Thank you.